Hello everybody, it is Cole's Casualties and welcome back to another video. Today I have a great story for y'all. This is the story about the worst Airbnb that I ever had the misfortune of staying in. Alright, so please sit back, relax if you want to. If you enjoyed this story, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, there will be more like it. And enjoy the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 content in the background. It's my first multiplayer game that I ever did, that I ever played, of Black Ops 7, so I kind of go crazy. I ended number 3, I think 3rd place on my team with a win, going positive, so that's always a W. So if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I'm gonna first take this bitch. No, what do you call it? A script. No script, just going straight in, just spewing from the fucking shitter, right? So, this happened about a year and a half ago in the good old summer of 2024, right? This happened in July of 2024. And me and my ex-girlfriend at the time were, well, not my ex-girlfriend at the time, she's my ex-girlfriend now. You know, haven't talked to her in over a year, but at the time we were dating, and basically decided I wanted to try something a bit different, you know? I couldn't find any, like, cheap homes and shit, so I was like, you know, what if I tried out a trailer? Maybe a trailer would be nice. You know, I'd never stayed in a trailer before, so I found this trailer, and to put it, trailer is stretching it. This was a camper, alright? This was a camping RV, and, it looked really nice, you know, it said that it had all the amenities that it needed, you know, forks, spoons, knives, pots, pans, cups, plates, you know, all that good stuff, right? And it said it had air conditioning, and from the pictures, the place looked pretty nice, pretty pristine, pretty well kept, and so I was excited. I was excited for this trip, right? So I booked the stay, right? And got my girlfriend at the time to book the stay, or to figure out some shit so that she can come along with me. And then boom, here we go. So, first of all, I almost died on the way to getting to this goddamn Airbnb. All right, two and a half hours away from my crib, and there was a fat thunderstorm going on, dog. I was slipping and sliding all over the road. I barely had traction on my tires at the time. I was genuinely fighting for my life, right? I was fighting for my life just to get there, okay? But eventually, shit cleared up, got sunny. I was fine. Driving on the road, and we finally get there, okay? Now, my ex had already gotten there before me, so I got there about 30 minutes after she had shown up, and she was just like, get ready when you come in. I was like, what do you mean? I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to be doing in the first place? We get in, we get ready, we get unloaded and all that. So, I show up, and this camper, I had this idea in my mind. Huh, a camper. It's gonna be away from shit. It's gonna be probably in the middle of the woods. It's in this fucking dude's backyard. And not only is it in his backyard, but his bedroom and kitchen window are pointed in the direction of the camper, which happens to have a window in the master bedroom that points directly out where you can see everything, right? So, off rip, I'm like, yo, this is fucked. Okay, this is not what I signed up for, okay? And then when I walk inside, I am immediately hit with a heat wave. I mean, this shit hits me. I'm like, oh my god. I said, bitch, I know you do not like it this hot in here. And she said, I can't figure out the air conditioning. So I walked over to the AC. I put that bitch as cold as I possibly could get it, because this is the heat of the summer. It's like 95 degrees outside, right? So you know it's toasty up in that fucking camper. The AC didn't work either. We sat there for like an hour, and I was like, god damn, it is hot. And I put my hand up to the vent. Fucking nothing. Fucking nothing. I was pissed. I was royally pissed, okay? And that's not the worst. That's not all, okay? So not only was um I misled with thinking that this place was in the middle of fucking nowhere, which he never specified, but you know. I thought it was in the middle of nowhere. It's not. It's in his backyard. Lied about the AC, but when you first walk in this bitch, you can see why the pictures were so peculiar in the way that he took them. And you're like, oh, this place is partially built. There were no walls, right? The walls on the inside were like partially torn down, and the floor had like different boards just like loosely laid on the ground. And I was just like, oh my god, dude. The only thing that looked touched in the whole like in the whole place was the bed. Had clean sheets. Mind my dogs, by the way. They're fucking barking. I wanna beat. So anyways, I'm pissed off, okay? And then I'm like, you know what? Let me get something to drink. Let me get myself a cup of water. Let me cook something up to eat. There are no cups. The only bowls? The only amenity for a kitchenware fucking object that was there, that was present, was a styrofoam bowl. Those things are not big at all. There was no pans, there were no forks, there were no spoons. It was all just plastic. It was small plastic plates, small paper plates, and small styrofoam bowls. I was furious. I brought a whole steak. I brought cereal and milk and everything. I had brought so much shit. And I couldn't even cook anything. Like, I didn't have anything to put the food on, right? So I'm royally pissed. And I complained to this dude, right? Because I had to drive 25 minutes to the nearest Walmart to get pots, pans, fucking kitchen utensils, kitchenware, like all of that. All of that. I had to put a shirt up in the window to block him so he wouldn't see me laying down pipe in the middle of the night. Like, that shit is just weird. And don't even get me started on the toilet, because the toilet had no water in it. It was like, it had a fallout bottom, where when you pushed down the thing to flush the toilet, the bottom fell out and then it poured water down super fast. And then that was that. No water filled up in the toilet. And one of the days I was there, I had extremely upset stomach, right? I had to take a shit, right? So I'm like, yo, babe, I'm gonna take a shit real quick. I'm just gonna tell you right now, you might want to go outside. She said, motherfucker, you are not going to nuke me inside of this fucking camper. There is no way. It is 100 degrees inside the camper, right? And she's like, you're not gonna take a shit and have it stinking up this whole camper at 100 degrees. It's gonna be amplified. This little bitch up here, I'm looking at that guy up there on top of that fucking thing. That dude pissed me off this whole game. That dude was the only reason I was pissed off this whole game. Because that motherfucker just sat up there and then the drones and shit. There's a lot of weird stuff that's going on in Black Ops 7. But anyways, back to the story. So she's like, you're not taking a shit. So I had to take a shit outside the camper. Right? And I'm in this man's fucking backyard. I felt so disrespectful. I felt like such a horrible human being. I'm like, I'm taking a volatile diarrhea outside this man's fucking camper right now. And worst thing about it, when I turned around, I had shit right on the electrical cord that connected like the generator and the power to the fucking camper. It was bad. It was a bad trip. Right. It was, oh my lord. And I went to Walmart there and back multiple times because my girlfriend had also gotten her period while we were there. She was like, Cole, I'm on my period. I was like, are you fucking serious right now? So I had to drive all the way to Walmart to get tampons, right? Like, dude, it was fucked, okay? It was a fucked trip. I left that dude a shit review. I was like, yo, this man was lying out the wazoo about everything, but I still gave him 2 stars. Just because of the fact that I took a shit outside the camper in his backyard. That's the only reason that he got 2 stars. Right. But if I didn't take that shit outside his camper, then that would have been an easy 1 star. Right? If I would have given him no stars if I could, it would have been a 1 star just for me taking this shit. Right? But maybe he deserved it. Maybe he deserved it. I don't know. But yeah, that is the story of the worst fucking Airbnb I ever had the displeasure of staying in. That shit sucked. That shit sucked so bad. I hated it. And yeah, that guy still gave me, that guy's my bitch, by the way. The owner of that Airbnb is my bitch, because he gave me a good review and said that I kept the place clean. So he can suck my cock. He can eat the shit that I left back there. But it should be all good though, because I covered up the dookie with a piece of tree bark. But it was kind of a big splatter zone, so not all of it was covered. But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more horrible content just like this. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your day.